Oh hey, it's me, Olive, your comic queen, and welcome back to my channel. Today marks International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, Biphobia, all the phobias. So I thought, why not do a look inspired by that? So if you want to see what that looks like, then keep on watching. But before we get into this video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you check out all my other socials at The Olive Cox. I made it easy for you. You're welcome. And you know, you want more drag fun in your life, because it makes life so much better.
And I'm back.
The brows glued, laid, and slayed. So today, since it's International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia, Transphobia, all the phobias, why not embody like one of my favorite comic characters who like embodies all of that? Mystique. She's like
everything.
So today we're transforming ourselves into somebody who transforms themselves into literally everyone and anyone they want to. So today I'm going in with a blue foundation by Mayron, and we're just slapping this all over the face. And we can blend it out after. And you know, all over the face, this is going everywhere. And I mean, Mystique is, in my opinion, she is a queer icon. She is queer in the comics. She's also, today when I'm filming this, it's actually Mother's Day. She's also a mother in the comics. Mother to another blue mutant, Nightcrawler, and also the mother of Rogue. She, for the longest time, was dating the character Destiny. There's a whole bunch of stuff with her back, so I look weird. We have enough foundation on, we can start blending this out. Right now I'm just taking beauty sponge and let's get to blending. Oh my gosh, you know what this reminds me of? Did you ever see the movie Big Fat Liar or whatever it was with like Frankie Muniz and like Amanda Bynes?
When he turns blue.
Yeah, I was always a fan of Mystique because like, although she was like technically a villain, she was like always like doing her own thing. She did what was best for her. And I respect that. Don't forget to blend it into the hairline. I forgot how fun it is to try to get colored foundation even. Honestly, this is gonna look a mess until we start powdering everything. Speaking of like foundation with color, who remembers my Hulkling video? There's like a link right here, hopefully. Yeah, that's another character in Marvel who is a shapeshifter. Same powers as Mystique. Mystique has the same powers as him, I guess. Well, she came first. But she's a mutant, he's like an alien, it's a thing. And right now I just took some more foundation on the back of my hand. Yeah, I'm just trying to build coverage. Okay, now that we have the base of the foundation all done, I'm gonna take an angled brush and a blue shade and I'm gonna contour my face with it. And this is the shade Amsterdam in the Nikki Tutorials palette. And before we like set everything, I'm just going in with this guy. And we're using this to set the cheek. All right, and I'm using a tapping motion so we don't like disrupt the foundation because it's still wet. Do the same to the other eye. Other side, not eye. Could you imagine? Now I'm just taking that same shade and contouring my forehead with that. Once again, using tapping motions just so we don't disrupt the foundation. Because once that starts breaking up, girl, there's no, like, you're screwed. Speaking of screwed, you know who is screwed because of, you know, some homophobia? Mystique. So, like, Nightcrawler's backstory. Originally, it was supposed to be Mystique and the character Destiny going to birth him, but you know, since comics had to follow strict codes back then, they weren't allowed to go on with that storyline, so they made the character Azazel, his father, dumb. Homophobia. Yeah, the Hays Code restricted a lot of queer characters from being shown. And we all know what homophobia really is. It's all rooted in misogyny and the patriarchy, anything feminine is deemed as less than. And you know who says screw that to them? Mystique. Okay, now I'm taking a white foundation on a beauty blender and I'm gonna highlight the center of my face. Oh, there we go. Now we're doing drag, mama.
She said, oh, you wanted to do drag today. You wanted to see a queen.
Now she's coming to life. And right now I'm highlighting my upper lip area too, just to bring all the way to the center of the face. Because if you like just do this part, it'll look kind of like, do they have a beard? We don't want that. I'm not trying to get clocked while I'm wearing blue. Could you imagine? Now I'm gonna highlight the forehead, start in the center and blend it out. All right, now I'm gonna set the highlights with some white. You can't have it all, baby.
Well, it's not what I was talking about.
Yeah. I was quoting Mean Girls. Not Mean Girls, Dream Girls. Oh my gosh, what kind of gay am I?
Cause I'm mean girls.
Cause we're mean girls, boy. Is that vintage? Yeah, 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 it's adorable. Girl, that's the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen. I don't know why that's the scene that popped in my head. And right now I'm still using that white to set the high points of the face. So this look will start coming together once we have all the powders set and everything. And now I'm going back in with the shade Amsterdam in the Nikki Tutorials palette to reinforce some of that contouring. Right now I'm just taking some translucent powder and just powdering the rest of the face. Alright guys. Alright guys, as you can see, I have this translucent powder on my face. I'm gonna let that set in for a little bit. I'm gonna go grab a snack. You guys can do the same. And I will be right back. And I'm back. As you can see, I let that sit. I did my other eye just to, you know, get a feel for what I wanted to go for. So let me do this to the other eye so you guys can see what I did to get that on here. Also, I like contoured my nose and everything. It's like starting to come together. I'm so excited. First, I'm gonna take a dense brush and map out my crease, taking the shade Amsterdam. And right now I'm just placing the color and I'll worry about blending after. Just tapping that color where I want her. And then lightly start blending it out in circular motions. Now that we have that shape mapped out, I'm gonna go in with a liquid liner and map out the liner. And now I'm just filling that empty space in. There we go. And I'm going back in with that Amsterdam shade and blending that out. And I'm starting to blend where the eyebrow is, like up to the meet. Wow, up to meet the brow. And I'm following the shape of the wing as well. Also blending it into the nose contour. And on a fluffier brush, I'm taking the shade Channel Surfer from the Trixie Cosmetics palette. And I'm just going to further blend out that crease. I'm also taking a little bit of the shade Weather Girl from the same palette. And just where the front of the brow is, blend that. And this will add a little bit of warmth to the eye, because there's a little bit of like green, the shade Weather Girl. Okay, and once you have that blended out, I'm going to take the shade Fishy from the Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag palette and just blend in between those shades. Ooh, this shade actually was like one of the first like blue shades that I played with that like I fell in love with. So gorgeous. It has like a little bit of shimmer in it, which sounds kind of like scary, especially putting on a textured brow. But oh, the blend of this is just gorgeous. And on a dense brush, I'm just going to deepen up the crease a little bit with the shade Amsterdam and a little bit of black. Right now I'm gonna highlight the brow bone with a little bit of white. Okay, now I'm gonna go cut my crease off camera to save some time and I will be right back. Okay, now that I have that crease cut, I'm gonna set that with some white eyeshadow. And I'm using the shade Cake Face from the Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag palette. Okay, now that I have that all set, I'm gonna take the shade Amsterdam and I'm gonna take that on a kind of dense brush and just place that in between where the liner and the white lid is. And just scratch back and forth, and then it'll start blending together. Yeah, and like in a way, mutants are like Marvel's version of like queer people, or honestly just any group of people who have been mistreated by society, told not to be themselves, hide who they are. Bitch, we're powerful. Y'all are just scared. Now I'm taking the shade Channel Surfer and Weather Girl on a brush and blending that right next to that blue that we just blended. Blended it to the white. Instead of 50 Shades of Gray, this is 50 Shades of Blue. Next on a dense brush, I'm gonna take a black shade and blend in between that first blue shade and the liner. And trying to keep it tight where the lash line is. Next, I'm taking the shade Mama Tutorials on my finger and placing that in the center of the lid. Just right on top of the shades Weather Girl and Channel Surfer. Next, I'm taking some glitter glue and placing that in the outer third of the eye. And I'm gonna place some glitter there. Or, you know, also known as gay herpes, because it doesn't go away after you put it on. Okay, next I'm gonna line my eyes. And I'm just doing the littlest bit of liner. Next, you can set that with some black eyeshadow. And next I'm gonna place a little bit of liner in my inner corner just to open it up. And I'm taking a little bit of black eyeshadow and setting that. And next I'm taking a white liner and placing that in my waterline just to open up my eye. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when I was younger, the X-Men movies were it. And Mystique was literally that bitch. And also, we're amongst friends. She made all of us feel some type of way. I mean, I know I'm like a homo, but like, girl, there's something about like a female like owning her shit. It's so good. Next, I'm gonna get a little bit of white liquid liner and place that in my inner corner. Okay, I'm gonna go put my lashes on off camera to save some time, and I will be right back. Okay, now that I have my lashes on, this look is almost done. Let's add some beauty marks, yeah? And since I'm going more for like the comics like version of Mystique, I'm gonna do a red lip instead of blue. All right, y'all, now that I have this all done, I'm gonna go put my drag on and everything and do the rest of the body to finish it up. And I will be right back with the finished look. You guys aren't ready for it.
Not ready.
The gag. And this is the finished look, y'all. This Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, Biphobia, Mystique inspired makeup look is all finished. How do we feel about it? I feel blue. Dabba dee dabba die. Dabba dee dabba die. You know what I mean? Yeah, me too. I kind of lit like my entire like, this is everything. Like comic book Mystique is quaking. She could never. This is everything. Like I redid this hair. This is like the Scarlet Witch hair that I did. I straightened it and everything. So the little dress have little things. Like I'm all blue. This is a lot. Like the Smurfs could never. Honestly, this is everything. I kind of live. Fairly simple process. Like instead of like flash color, we use blues and just like corresponding things that go with it. It's cute. Once again, Mystique. Queer icon, legend, star. Literally, she's the definition of queer. Like, she's anything you want her to be. She's anything she wants to be. She's honestly, like, she's a drag queen. She transforms into, like, whatever she needs to. And that's what we do. Oh, don't look at my back. It's not painted. Don't come for me. But how do we feel about this? Let me know down in the comment section below how we feel about this. Let me know if there's another comic book character you want me to transform into. If you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and check out all my other socials at The Yellow Cox, where I might have a little photo shoot with this look. I probably will, because this took forever and I need to like capture this as much as I can, because this is it, mama. All right, y'all. I'll see you next week. Bye.